Did you know that nearly all deaths occurring after the age of 75 can be traced back to just a few specific causes? Many people assume that passing away in old age is simply a natural part of life, but the truth is far more complex and more hopeful. Most of these deaths stem from preventable factors, silent threats that often go unnoticed until the damage is already done. The problem is that by the time someone begins to feel off or unwell, their health may have already declined to the point where options are limited. But here's the good news. By becoming aware of these risks early, you can take meaningful steps to protect your well-being and potentially extend your life by years, even decades. In this video, we're going to reveal the 5 leading causes of death for people over 75. These are the primary culprits behind the majority of fatalities in this age group. Some will sound familiar, while others may surprise you. Either way, understanding them is the critical first step toward preventing them. And let's be clear, these aren't just numbers or dry medical facts. They represent real people, real families, and real choices that can mean the difference between a life filled with illness and limitation, or one lived with strength, independence, and vitality. Make sure to watch until the end, because these conditions are not inevitable. In fact, many people have dramatically reduced their risks through small but consistent lifestyle changes. What you choose to do today can shape your ability to stay active, independent, and healthy tomorrow. Let's dive into the first major risk. 1. Heart disease. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death among individuals over 75. What's surprising is how much control most people actually have over it. But don't realize, your heart is a muscle. Like all muscles, it needs regular care, nourishment, and activity to stay strong. Without that, it begins to weaken, and often silently. One of the dangers of heart disease is how it hides in plain sight. Many people assume that fatigue, shortness of breath, or slowing down is just part of getting older. But these symptoms can actually be early warning signs that the heart is struggling. A major contributor: high blood pressure. When your blood pressure is elevated over time, it puts tremendous strain on your arteries and forces your heart to work overtime. The challenge is that high blood pressure rarely causes obvious symptoms. No pain, no warning, until something serious like a heart attack or stroke happens. That's why so many seniors end up in the ER feeling blindsided. Another key factor: an unhealthy diet. Years of eating processed foods, too much salt, and unhealthy fats can clog your arteries and reduce blood flow. But it's not only about what you cut out. It's just as important to include the right heart-supportive foods. Your heart needs essential nutrients to remain strong and resilient. Without them, deterioration can happen faster than expected. And let's not forget the importance of physical activity. The heart was never designed to sit idle all day. When you stop moving, circulation slows, muscles weaken, and your heart doesn't get the stimulation it needs. You don't have to hit the gym or run marathons. Even simple, consistent movement, like daily walks, stretching, or chair exercises, can dramatically improve your heart health. One of the most damaging beliefs: that heart disease is purely genetic or an inevitable part of aging. The truth is, your everyday choices, how you eat, how you move, how you manage stress, play a powerful role in shaping your heart's future. If there's one message to take away here, it's this: you have more control over your heart health than you think. And the best time to start making those changes: right now. 2. Falls and injuries. The second major threat isn't a disease, it's falling. Falls are one of the most underestimated dangers for seniors. They can happen in a split second. A misstep, a moment of dizziness, a slick bathroom floor, and the consequences can be devastating. A single fall can result in a broken hip, head trauma, or an injury that sets off a chain reaction of complications. Many older adults never fully recover, losing their independence and facing months or even years of reduced mobility. And yet, most people don't think it will happen to them until it does. As we age, our balance, strength, and reflexes gradually decline. But because these changes happen slowly, we often don't notice until it's too late. You might feel fine doing your everyday routines until one day your balance gives out and the fall changes everything. Worse still, the fear of falling often leads to more falls. After a near miss or minor injury, many seniors become cautious. They start avoiding stairs, skipping walks, and limiting their movements out of fear. But here's the irony. The less you move, the weaker your muscles become, and the more likely you are to fall. It becomes a destructive cycle that quietly chips away at your independence. The good news: falls are preventable. There are simple, practical ways to significantly reduce your risk. Strengthen your legs and core muscles, practice balance exercises, and make smart changes around your home, like improving lighting, securing rugs, and installing handrails. These changes may seem small, but they can be life-saving. Also, be aware of a commonly overlooked risk: medications. Many prescriptions can cause dizziness, low blood pressure, or drowsiness, side effects that dramatically increase the risk of falling. If you've ever stood up quickly and felt dizzy or faint, your body might be signaling that your medication needs adjusting. A quick conversation with your doctor could prevent a future fall. Preventing falls isn't just about removing trip hazards. It's about staying physically strong, mentally alert, and aware of how even small adjustments can have a huge impact. Because after age 75, one fall can change everything. But the right actions today can lead to many more years of freedom, mobility, and independence. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, type number 2 in the comments so we know you're with us. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our health and safety tips. Your support helps us continue bringing you content that informs, empowers, and protects. Number 3, respiratory diseases. Breathing is something we rarely think about until it becomes difficult. As we age, the lungs gradually lose some of their efficiency. Even minor breathing issues can escalate quickly. A light cough or shortness of breath might seem harmless, but could actually signal something more serious. After age 75, respiratory illnesses become one of the leading causes of death, not because they're unavoidable, but because they're often ignored until it's too late. One major concern is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD, which includes conditions like emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Over time, these conditions inflame and narrow the airways, making it harder and harder to breathe. Many older adults dismiss chronic coughing, wheezing, or breathlessness, assuming it's just normal aging. But these are red flags that the lungs are struggling. Then there's pneumonia. While often seen as just another infection, pneumonia can be deadly for seniors. What starts as a simple cold or chest congestion can quickly develop into a life-threatening condition. That's because the immune system weakens with age, making it harder to fight off infections. Many hospital admissions in this age group are due to pneumonia, and in some cases, health declines so rapidly that recovery never fully happens. Air quality is another critical factor. Years of exposure to pollutants like dust, smoke, and chemicals can silently damage the lungs. Even inside the home, Irritants like mold, pet dander, or poor ventilation can worsen breathing issues, especially for those with asthma or COPD. Making small environmental changes, such as using air purifiers, improving airflow, and avoiding secondhand smoke, can significantly improve lung health. And one of the most effective ways to support your lungs: stay active. Movement helps the lungs expand fully, clears out mucus, and keeps your respiratory system strong. On the other hand, too much sitting allows lung function to decline and raises the risk of infections. Simple activities like walking, stretching, or even light chair exercises can help maintain lung strength. Also, don't overlook the importance of vaccinations. Many older adults underestimate how vital it is to stay up to date on vaccines for the flu, pneumonia, and respiratory infections. These don't just prevent illness, they prevent complications that could become life-threatening. Something as simple as a shot could keep you out of the hospital or even save your life. Breathing should never feel like a burden, and for many, it doesn't have to. Your lungs work 24/7 to keep you alive. Caring for them through clean air, regular movement, and smart prevention is one of the most powerful investments you can make in your long-term health and independence. Number 4. Stroke. A stroke strikes without warning, and in seconds, it can change your life forever. It's one of the most common causes of death after 75. And yet, many people don't realize how many stroke risk factors are actually within their control. The scariest part? A stroke rarely gives you a second chance. Once it hits, the damage is often permanent. But here's the surprising truth: up to 80% of strokes are preventable. That means your daily choices right now could determine whether you remain independent or face a major health crisis later. A stroke happens when blood flow to the brain is suddenly blocked, or when a blood vessel in the brain ruptures. Without oxygen, brain cells begin to die within minutes. Some strokes cause only mild symptoms, like confusion or weakness. Others lead to paralysis, speech loss, or lifelong dependency. And tragically, many strokes prove fatal. One of the most dangerous contributors is high blood pressure. Over time, pressure damages your arteries, raising the risk of them bursting or becoming clogged. And just like with heart disease, high blood pressure often has no symptoms, which is why so many people are unaware they're at risk until it's too late. Another silent threat is atrial fibrillation, a type of irregular heartbeat. Many older adults have it without realizing. When the heart doesn't beat properly, blood can pool and form clots. If one of those clots travels to the brain, it can cause a stroke in seconds. The good news? A simple routine checkup can detect it, and treatment options are available to drastically reduce your risk. Diet and lifestyle choices also play a major role. Diets high in processed foods, salt, and unhealthy fats clog arteries and restrict blood flow. A sedentary lifestyle makes things worse, slowing circulation and allowing blood to thicken. The solution? Eat more whole, nutrient-rich foods, reduce your sodium intake, stay hydrated, and move your body daily. Even small changes, like adding leafy greens to your meals or taking a brisk walk, can make a measurable difference. One crucial warning sign many people ignore is a mini stroke, also known as a TIA, or transient ischemic attack. These may cause brief confusion, vision problems, or speech difficulty. But even if the symptoms pass quickly, they're a red flag that a major stroke could be on the way. Seek help immediately. Acting fast can mean the difference between full recovery and lifelong consequences. The bottom line: you have far more power to prevent a stroke than you might think. Monitor your blood pressure, stay active, eat smart, And don't ignore early signs. These simple habits can help you protect your brain, preserve your independence, and stay in control of your future. If you're still watching and found this part useful, type number 4 in the comments to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Your support helps us continue creating content that educates and empowers. Number 5. Cognitive decline and its consequences. One of the most painful parts of aging is not physical. It's the gradual loss of memory, judgment, and independence. Cognitive decline doesn't happen all at once. It begins quietly, with subtle changes that are easy to dismiss, forgetting a name, misplacing items, or struggling to follow a conversation. But over time, these small lapses can grow into serious difficulties. Tasks that were once second nature, like managing bills, recognizing loved ones, or making safe decisions, can become overwhelming. And for many older adults, this shift isn't just inconvenient, it can be dangerous. Conditions like Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia don't just affect the brain, they impact the whole body. As thinking and memory fade, the ability to care for oneself declines too. People may forget to take medications, skip meals, or fail to recognize when something is wrong with their health. Dehydration, malnutrition, and accidental injuries, like leaving the stove on or wandering away from home, become real threats. Sadly, many seniors eventually lose the ability to live independently, and without proper care, their overall health can deteriorate rapidly. What makes cognitive decline especially alarming is that it often goes unnoticed until it's advanced. Early warning signs, like frequent forgetfulness, confusion, or difficulty expressing thoughts, are often brushed off as just getting older. But these signs matter, and taking action early can make a real difference in how slowly the condition progresses and how much quality of life is preserved. So what can you do to protect your brain? Just like your muscles, your brain needs exercise. Mental stimulation, through reading, puzzles, learning new skills, or having meaningful conversations, helps keep your brain engaged and sharp. But brain health also depends on physical activity. Moving your body boosts circulation and increases blood flow to the brain, supporting memory and thinking skills. One of the most powerful tools? Staying socially connected. Loneliness and isolation accelerate cognitive decline, but regular interaction, whether it's a phone call, joining a community group, or chatting with neighbors, keeps your brain alert and engaged. And don't forget the role of nutrition. A brain-healthy diet includes omega-3 fats, antioxidants, and vitamins, found in foods like leafy greens, berries, and nuts. Meanwhile, diets high in sugar, processed foods, and unhealthy fats increase inflammation and raise the risk of dementia. The truth is, a healthy mind begins with a healthy lifestyle. The choices you make today, how you move, eat, and connect with others, will shape your brain health tomorrow. Cognitive decline is not a guaranteed part of aging. With proactive steps, you can maintain clarity, stay independent, and continue living with purpose and joy. Wrapping up, as we come to the end of this video, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered. Heart disease, falls, respiratory illnesses, stroke, cognitive decline. These 5 issues account for the vast majority of health problems and deaths after age 75. But here's the most important takeaway. They are not inevitable. Most people don't realize just how much control they have over their own health until it's too late. The truth is, small, consistent habits starting today can lead to years of added strength, clarity, and independence. None of us likes to think about aging, but ignoring these risks doesn't protect us. It only delays action. Awareness is protection. Prevention is power. And choosing to prioritize your health means facing the future with confidence, not fear. Instead of focusing on what you can't do, start focusing on the things you can do to live longer, stronger, and happier. Think about your current routine. Could you add more fresh foods to your diet? Could you move your body just a little more each day? Maybe schedule a checkup or spend more time connecting with others. You don't need to change everything at once. One small step in the right direction is enough to begin the journey toward better health. At this stage in life, your well-being is your greatest asset. The more you care for it, the more freedom, joy, and time you can enjoy. Protecting your health today means creating a future full of beautiful memories, continued independence, and peace of mind. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment, sharing one insight you gained from this video and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your stories and reflections inspire us and help our community grow. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support allows us to keep bringing you valuable content that truly makes a difference. Thanks for watching, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.